Ring, directed by Gore, Verbinski, stars Naomi Watts as a likable yet temperamental reporter working for the Seattle PI named Rachel Keller. As the protagonist, Keller is challenged by an insidious and personal inciting incident when her niece dies from unknown heart complications. However, a circulating rumor introduces a darker, more sinister cause of death. A video that kills a viewer if they watch it may be the root of her niece's mysterious passing. Determined to discover the truth behind the elusive video, Keller embarks on a perilous journey that will test her strength and sanity as she attempts to uncover the message behind a curse that will kill her and her son if she does not find the answers.
I got a better one. Have you heard about this videotape that kills you when you watch it?
What kind of tape?
A tape. A regular tape. People run it, I don't know. We start to play it, and it's like somebody's nightmare. Then suddenly, this woman comes on, smiling at you, right? Seeing you through the screen. And as soon as it's over, your phone rings. Someone knows you've watched it. And what they say is, you will die in 7 days.
This description may incline an individual to perceive that The Ring is a horror movie, and that would be hard to argue, as the film's tone is dark and foreboding. It invokes fear and an escalating sense of dread and isolation, except that The Ring is not typical. There are a handful of jump scares, but they are placed sparingly, and the director treats these shots with careful precision. They are not the focal point of the movie, but serve as a tool that Verbinski utilizes to demonstrate the evil of the curse. The Ring, I would consider to be better classified as a suspenseful, supernatural, psychological thriller. It is a slow-burn film about uncovering the mystery of the unknown and facing our most primal fear: death. What must it feel like to know exactly when you are going to die? In 7 days, each progressively becoming more macabre than the last, the story unfolds to reveal what makes The Ring terrifying, and it is not blood or gore, but the subtle nuances of imagery and sound. The film creeps under the skin like a subliminal message, terrifyingly subdued. Water plays an integral and fundamental part in The Ring. The film is set in Seattle, Washington, and this setting perfectly fits with the dank, waterlogged look and feel of the movie. Every scene is shrouded in shades of blue, giving every shot a wet and grimy look. One can feel the moisture permeate through the screen. To achieve this, the contrast of the film in some parts removes stark shadows, creating an almost monochromatic palette that conveys a certain level of uneasiness. Another great strategy is the use of focus in the film, as there are many symbols and hidden clues in the movie. The director emphasizes on some of these pernicious images by contextualizing them in the background, sometimes almost out of frame, in order to subconsciously draw the viewer to their significance. As the mystery develops, previous jump cuts begin to materialize into the plot, thus allowing the audience to solve the puzzle along with the protagonist. There is a brief scene in the second act of the film that is a direct reference to Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window. It demonstrates the former examples employed together, creating an unnerving scene that combines the blue tints with the moisture of the environment and the focus of Keller's point of view. These elements combined present the notion that we are to blame for the monsters we unleash onto the world. Hans Zimmer is the composer for the soundtrack of The Ring. His score is melodically haunting, yet incredibly beautiful. He relies heavily on piano and strings, providing simple orchestrations that encompass the progression of the film. As the action begins to rise, the tracks crescendo with frantic urgency. Zimmer really captures Rachel's peril as the week she has left to live comes to an end, day by day. In contrast, the sound design is jarring and juxtaposes the gradual tension of the score with a great sense of discomfort. This eerie effect begins with the sounds of the cursed video and fittingly interlopes into our subconscious. The film does not rely on cheap scares, so by having innovative sound cues integrated into the narrative, it truly makes for a unique experience. When has a telephone ring ever sounded so scary? Symbols are synonymous with the ring. The title lends itself for further investigation. Why is the movie called The Ring? Because of an image from a video? That conclusion is partially correct, but why incorporate this into the film? The premise of the movie lies on the mystery behind the video and who created it. Samara Morgan, a young girl that was murdered by her mother after adopting her. The Morgans could not have a child, but after coming home with Samara, her mother Anna started suffering from hallucinations, and the horses on their ranch began to drown themselves in the ocean. Their daughter had inexplicable supernatural powers, and so Anna decided to kill her. She threw her into a well and closed the lid, leaving her daughter to die. Except, she did not. She survived for 7 days. The final image Samara saw, as she slowly passed, was a ring of light at the top of the well. Therefore, after an individual watches the tape, Samara's curse lives on. Along with the ring of light, images of Samara's childhood, including her mother's suicide, her father watching over her, the horses dying, and the burning tree, among other things, were imprinted onto a tape that demonstrates the tragedy she experienced and spreads it like sickness. Then the phone rings and she whispers, 7 days. Now the viewer too will experience a similar fate, and before they die, they will see the ring. Rachel Keller is the protagonist of the film. She is cynical, yet astute, incredibly flawed, but ultimately a good person. As the film progresses and she delves deeper into the conundrum, her character develops from isolated and selfish to appreciative and loving. This arc is made evident from her relationships with secondary characters, especially her son, Aiden. He is only 10 years old in the film, but acts more mature and aware than his mother. Through his actions, the audience can tell that Rachel has not been the most nurturing or caring parental figure. He knows how to tie his own tie, puts himself to bed, and does not call his mother Mommy. He calls her Rachel. Naomi Watts does an incredible job in guiding the movie through her complex portrayal of Rachel and her growth as a character. If the cursed tape is a video about a caring mother killing her own daughter, then The Ring is the polar opposite, as it tells the story of an irresponsible, ignorant mother who learns to truly value her son and her role as his guardian. In the end, along with Noah, Aiden's estranged father, they embark on a quest to save their lives, and in the process discover that family is the most essential aspect of life. This subplot truly adds to the heft of the film because it resonates with the audience. What would you do if you had 7 days to live? Would you appreciate the people you love more? Would you succumb to the curse? Or would you fight to survive? experiencing every theme in The Ring could take hours, but the most interesting to me is the technical thematics of the film. To this day, movies like Fear.com, Pulse, One Missed Call, and recently Unfriended have attempted to integrate technology into horror, but have failed disastrously. The Ring was released in 2002, and today we no longer have VHS tapes, box televisions, or even phones with rotary dials, much less landlines. But Gore Verbinski's vision encapsulates the essence of the early millennium. In a world post 9/11, our society is collectively entranced by media, fearful of a foreign terrorist attack in our home country. The Ring takes these notions and creates a subversive experience where the audience follows Rachel Keller, a journalist, as she investigates and theorizes about a lethal video that has left a string of unsolved murders as she attempts to break the cycle. I believe that this idea is what truly terrified moviegoers who originally watched it in 2002. But if they saw the cursed video within, does this leave them vulnerable to Samara's wrath as well? What would happen if a large group of people were exposed to its secrets? Today, with everyone so addicted to technology in modern culture and our incessant abuse of television, phones, and the internet, could The Ring become a killer viral sensation?